Cole Evans was the Wild Force Red Ranger. He is a very unique character both in canon and behind the scenes, and there are a number of reasons why. In today's video we will look at his full story and the eventual fate of the character. I will also very briefly touch on what happened to the actor towards the end of the video. Let's get into it. So Cole Evans was born in 1981 to parents Richard and Elizabeth Evans. Together with their colleague Victor Adler, they went on an expedition and took their son with them. Their goal for this trip was to try and find evidence in the Amazons of the existence of the Animarium. The Animarium is a floating island that is the last remnant of the lost kingdom of Animaria. This will of course eventually serve as the home and base of operations for the Wild Force Power Rangers, Princess Shayla and the Wild Zords. Before we get too far guys, I want to let you know about FlexiSpot. Now this is a product that I really truly believe in. As someone that sits at a desk all day and then spends my evenings rolling around on mats doing jiu-jitsu, my back is not great. I have suffered with the consequences of poor posture for a while now, and since getting my desk from FlexiSpot, not only has my posture improved, but so has my productivity. There really is something so great about standing up and working at a desk. And the best thing about these desks is if I'm tired or need a break, I just press one button and return it to my pre-programmed height. As a regular desk, it's sturdy, strong, and looks really nice. And having the option to choose between standing or sitting at any moment has countless benefits. If you're looking for a new desk or have been thinking about switching to a standing desk, then my advice is to do it. I cannot recommend FlexiSpot enough. Make sure you check the link in the description down below. Thanks so much to FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video. Back to it. Anyway, Victor Adler, who was secretly in love with Elizabeth, was devastated by her marriage to Richard and even more hurt when hearing the news of their pregnancy. While the trio were on their expedition, they discovered seeds. Seeds that turned out to be the remnants of the original Master Org. Victor saw this as a way to gain power to get revenge on Richard and Elizabeth and ate the seeds, becoming the new Master Org. As he hunted down the couple, Elizabeth hid Cole in the wilderness, leaving him a picture of his family and the red lion crystal. Victor eventually caught them and killed them. However, he did not find Cole. Cole was found by a tribe of natives, made up of the descendants of the original inhabitants of the kingdom of Animaria, who raised him as their own. Cole, his parents and Dr. Adler are all presumed dead in a tragic accident by the civilized world. It was Cole's upbringing in the wilderness that not only prepared him for his time as a ranger, but also gave him a very unique style and outlook on his duties. His incredible agility and sharp senses would come in very handy in the future. When the natives felt Cole was old enough, they gave him a few items they found on him as a baby, a torn picture of his parents and the red lion crystal. With only these two things to go on, Cole left the wilderness for the city of Turtle Cove to find his destiny. Shortly after, he was found by Princess Shayla and the Wild Force Rangers and chosen by the Red Lion to be the Red Wild Force Ranger. It took Cole a little bit of time to adjust to this strange new world, but after getting to know his new teammates and them eventually becoming his friends, he vows to defend the Earth and not let anything stand in his way. When getting to know his fellow teammates, he formed easy friendships with everyone except Taylor. His sudden promotion to leader of the group caused friction between him and the Yellow Ranger, who had been leading the team prior to his arrival. The two eventually came to a mutual understanding, Taylor learning to respect Cole as a leader and Cole valuing her experience as the longest serving member of Wild Force. When Cole eventually discovers that it was Dr. Adler that killed his parents, he chooses not to take revenge against his parents' former colleague, refusing to lower himself to the same level. Now, how can I cover Cole Evans in a video and not talk about Forever Red? General Venjix, who was a servant of King Mondo, the series villain from Power Rangers Zeo, arguably one of the most powerful enemies in Power Rangers history. Venjix is attempting to carry on the legacy of his fallen master. It was then Andros, the in-space Red Ranger, that discovers the remnants of the Machine Empire and retreats to Earth to warn veteran Ranger and one of the Rangers responsible for bringing down the Machine Empire in the first place, Tommy Oliver. Tommy then recruits all of the former Red Rangers as well as the Red Wild Force Ranger Cole Evans to make a daring trip to the Machine Empire's hideout on the moon and stop them. After an epic fight, one of the best in the Power Rangers franchise, Venjix tries to flee by taking off in Serpentera. With no time to get to the ship before it takes off, the Rangers rely on Cole and his Wild Force rider to battle Venjix. He uses the rider to fly into Serpentera and destroy it from the inside. Both Venjix and Serpentera are destroyed for good, truly ending the Machine Empire's menace once and for all. Afterwards, the 9 human Rangers part ways, and Cole remarks how Tommy appeared to be the greatest Ranger ever, with the other Rangers also bragging of their exploits. Anyway, after a full series of back and forth battles with Master Org, he was thought to have been destroyed when his base, the Nexus, was destroyed. However, thanks to his Org heart, he was able to regenerate into a complete Org body and take on the Rangers once more. Master Org managed to destroy the Rangers' animal crystals and Growl phones, but Cole refused to give up, choosing to fight against the now gigantic Org, even without his powers. However, the Wild Zords were revived, and with their help, the Rangers destroyed Master Org and the Org Heart once and for all. With the threat of the Orgs gone, Cole relinquished his powers to Princess Shayla, who returned to the Animarium to sleep once more. After visiting his parents and even Dr. Adler's graves, placing flowers on all of their graves, Cole decided to use his talents to help animals in need wherever he roamed, wishing Dr. Adler could find peace. And that is the end of the Red Wild Force Ranger story, at least in universe. I've had a few comments asking me to touch on what happened with the actor in real life. Now, I'm not here to talk bad about anyone. This is a Power Rangers lore and news channel, but as this was such huge news, I think it is worth mentioning. Cole Evans was played by Ricardo Medina Jr, and on the 1st of February 2015, Medina was arrested for allegedly stabbing his roommate with a katana. After the investigation, he was charged with voluntary manslaughter in 2016. He pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 6 years in prison. I don't know the details, and I can't imagine anyone other than Medina himself really does, but it was apparently self-defense after his roommate had forced himself into Medina's room following an argument. As of 2020, Ricardo Medina Jr. was released from prison. I truly hope he can find the help that he needs and lives his life to the fullest. That's it from me today, my friends. We are so close to 100,000 subscribers. At the time of recording this, we are on 92, which is just insane. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider hitting that big red button. A Power Rangers lore channel hitting 100,000 subs in 2022 would just be an insane achievement, and I really think that you guys and the Ranger Army can help me do that, so please consider doing it. I hope you have a great day. I hope you enjoyed the video. May the power protect you, and I will see you next time on the 6th Ranger.